guys, and what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Fandom Fight Singles Division. I am your host, the King, Kaleb Koho, and I'm not here alone. For the second time today, I'm joined by my future tag team partner in the Fandom Fights Division, Jim the Wolf Green. How you doing, partner?
No, we are tag team partners, but we're the future tag team champions after we defeat Team Old Men in whatever that match is.
No championship for old men.
Whatever they're called, Jeremy the Vomit, whatever, blah, 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 who cares? Yeah, but it's a good night because we haven't been co-hosting matches and playing in trivia matches the past 4 hours. So yeah, let's do this because I'm fresh and I'm ready to go.
As am I, and I think these are two fresh-faced debuting competitors that are also ready to go. We got Jen Kempe making her singles debut after her debut with Smartacus last week, and we have another new player. He's not really new to the Trivia Leagues, but he's new here at Multiplex. That's JD West, and it's going to be a fun battle of the brains here tonight. But that's enough blabbering from us. We're going to let our opponents and players talk for themselves right here in pre-match promos.
What's up, everybody? It's Jen Kempe, the meme queen here, and you may know me, you may not. I'm technically a fresh face here, but not exactly when it comes to movie trivia in general. You may have seen a recent match was my debut with my co-partner in crime, Jess, and it went pretty darn well. So when it comes to singles, I'm really excited to get in here and kind of mix it up a little, and this may or may not be a mistake going into Fandom Fights as kind of my debut here, so it could go really excellently one way if I get one of my favorite categories, but there's certainly some gaps that I usually lean on Jess for these kind of things, so it could go any way here. But I'm excited to play, and I'm excited to see another fresh face get a chance here in JD. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
At Multiplex right now, and hopefully I could stand a chance against the legendary Bean Queen herself. But hopefully this is a good fashion brawling.
All right, so we got our worst from our opponents. It's pretty civil indeed compared to some of our other matches, like Jim versus Nico and Dominic and Jeremy. But it'll be fun. This is going to be a fun one. What do you think, Jim?
Sure, Jennifer Kempe and Jonathan West here, very civil towards each other. You know, just I think they're trying to show their best here. So I'm very interested to see how this goes.
All right, so with that, we'll get into our proper introductions. Introducing first, making her Fandom Fight Singles debut. She is representing House Nightfury and Smartacus, the Meme Queen, Jen Kempe. And her opponent, also making his Fandom Fight Singles debut, is the Brawler, JD West. All right, folks, so it's going to work like this. Round one is a standard whiteboard round. You're going to get 10 questions from 10 predetermined categories, each worth 1 point apiece. We need you to say your answer and show it to us on your whiteboard. Basic stuff, regular round one sort of stuff. Any questions, you're going to have 3 repeats for the entire match and 1 challenge.
Ready to go?
Cool. I was really hoping I didn't botch that. All right.
Is in the world, so that's all of them, of DC, who is the first hero that Batman tries to recruit in Justice League, not the Zack Snyder cut? That Zack Snyder cut, apparently it's out there and it's amazing from what I hear in Facebook comment sections.
You know those Facebook comments, they always know best, especially when it comes to Nike and Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out.
And why would they lie? I mean, honestly.
I know, right? 4, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that's going to be a repeat for JD.
For Jonathan. Jonathan, your repeat in the worlds of DC is, who is the first hero that Batman tries to recruit in Justice League?
Yeah, Justice League was alright. It was decent. It's not worse than Suicide Squad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Jen.
I said The Flash?
That is unfortunately incorrect. We'll go over to JD.
We'll have some words after this about Suicide Squad, but Aquaman.
Aquaman is indeed correct.
And you're a winner because the match ends after one question. I'm kidding.
Only for Jim and Nico. Your second question comes from the world of Pixar movies. What are Marlin and Dory trying to recover when they encounter the anglerfish in the dark water in Finding Nemo?
Oh.
I did a project on anglerfish in 4th grade, and I used a picture from the movie to describe what it looked like.
I am looking at the answer, and it took me a minute to understand what this question was.
I don't blame you. Give them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with JD on this one.
The diver's goggles.
We will accept that.
Good. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go to Jen.
Yeah, the diver's mask.
Yep. Either
Sherman 42.
Indeed.
Either is acceptable.
Your next question comes from Michael Kalinowski's favorite category, and that is James. That is the long version of his name. Bond. James Bond. In which film would you find James Bond facing a rogue former MI6 agent with a vendetta against M?
Personal favorite of mine.
I've never seen one, so that's good. But most people don't know that James is the long version of my name because they're stupid.
Very true. Very true. I think those same people write in the comment sections about Nike and In-N-Out.
Wait, are you telling me that Bob is short for Robert? What?
I don't think even Robert Parker knew that. What?
Who? Do you mean Bob Parker?
Yeah, Bob Parker. 3.
I love that guy. He's short.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with Jen.
Skyfall.
That is correct. And we'll go to JD.
I got Quantum Solace.
That is incorrect, and we're all tied up at 2. Going into the 4th question, which is in the realm of Disney. Who directed the 2017 live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast?
I'm going to be honest, that part where the Beast breaks out in song for no reason sucks.
Now, are Jeopardy rules in effect? You need both first and last name?
Yes. Yes.
I think that's how name rules work, Jennifer Kemp.
In Jeopardy, which is the best trivia show of all time, you don't need the first name.
Oh, right. You could just say, who's Twain?
What?
We're going to
And we'll
give
just
you
assume that you're talking about Mark.
I'm not when it's sober.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. It looks like JD's a little preoccupied, so we'll start with Jen.
I said Bill Condon, I think.
William Condon is correct.
That is correct.
Okay. I almost wrote David, so I don't know who that is.
All right, and JD?
I could pull it.
Could not pull it for JD. Your next question comes. Okay, I'm not wearing a shirt to represent this category, but I usually do. Your next category is Wizarding World. Wizarding World. What actor portrays Bill Weasley in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows? I'm glad neither of them tried to test me on this because, yes, he does appear in both of them. That's why I did not specify a part of Deathly Hallows.
I was going to say I haven't seen him enough to know that there's 2 parts. I think there's just one big 15-hour movie called Harry Potter, and I haven't seen it.
No, they all have their unique isolated stories, except for part 1 and 2 of Deathly Hallows, which you should watch as like a 5-hour movie.
1. Pens down. We're gonna start with JD.
I got Donald Gleason.
That is correct. We'll go to Jen.
Yep, Donald Gleason.
That is correct.
They both are much better at spelling his name than I was when I wrote the question.
I don't think I wrote it right, but it's close.
It was much closer than I got.
All right, folks, your 6th question comes in the world of Star Wars. What is the first planet setting of The Phantom Menace?
Fun fact, this is not the setting of The Saga Begins music video by Weird Al Yankovic. That one is, of course, set on a planet that is not this one, and I don't want to give any hints. That's why I stopped myself from saying a planet name.
Good job. Good job. Whew. Almost pulled a me there.
Yeah, who could be confused about libraries?
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
No comment. Pens down. We're gonna start with Jen.
I think it's Naboo.
It is indeed Naboo. We'll go JD.
I got Bespin.
It is
Ooh.
not Best.
Not Bespin.
Your next category, after no delay at all, because this is edited, is from DC. DC. Not the world's, just DC. What vehicle does Batman use after the Batmobile destroyed in The Dark Knight? This is very weird of a question because typically Koho would just ask a question from the Lego Batman movie. But he decided to be frisky today and ask from a movie that does not have Legos in it.
You know, Lego Movie is just the best movie made in the history of time. And you just haven't seen it, and that's why you're saltier than Salty and Crackers.
I mean, how many movies is Wonder Woman in? You better fucking remember the Lego Batman movie because she's in it.
3 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with JD.
I don't know the official name, but it's the shit. Hold on. Bat Cycle.
We will accept Bat Cycle, and we'll go over to Jen.
I also said Bat Cycle and was very unsure about that.
Bat Cycle is the exact answer that he has written down,
Okay.
so
As
you're
well
both fine.
Bat Pod was also acceptable, but
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Your 8th question,
Which is a layup.
comes from
No
the world
pressure.
of Star Trek. Star Trek. What is the name of the character played by Zachary Quinto in Star Trek Beyond?
We are looking for the character's full name, first and last, and his date of birth.
No.
Star
We'll
date.
finish.
We only
It's
will
star
accept a star date.
The only time I'm going to ask a star date question is maybe with Sandy in a title match. Maybe. Star dates. I'm a Trekkie, and I don't understand star dates.
Neither do I, but there's a calculator you could just throw it into, and it's like the star date right now is 27/56/62. Of
Pens
course it is.
down. We're going to start with Jen.
He's Spock from the Red Matter timeline.
Yep, it is Spock. And we'll go to JD.
Spock.
That is correct.
It's not very musical, but sure.
Yeah, I
Your
was trying
next
to
question.
do it from a parody. Drop it like it's Spock.
Your next question comes from the non-MCU Marvel, and it is: what famed comic book movie screenwriter wrote the Blade trilogy in addition to directing Blade Trinity? Blade Trinity, as we all know, the first appearance of Wade Wilson, Deadpool, but he was under some random ass nickname called like Hannibal King or whatever the fuck he's called in that movie.
Yeah.
But it's Wade Wilson. It's Deadpool. That's
Ryan
Deadpool
Reynolds,
in that movie.
Ryan Reynolds only plays Deadpool in every movie he's in. It's just varying degrees of censorship on that Deadpool character.
Indeed. Waiting? Deadpool. Just Friends? Deadpool. That doesn't mean sugar.
Green Lantern, Deadpool. We'll go for
We don't talk about that.
Van Wilder, Deadpool.
3, 2, 1.
Can I get a repeat?
Ooh,
Sure.
a repeat from Jennifer. Jennifer is using her first repeat. And it is such. What famed comic book movie screenwriter wrote the Blade trilogy in addition to directing Blade Trinity?
Many claim that this is the worst of the Blade trilogy, and I think I tend to agree.
It's the only one I've seen in full, and I saw it because Paul Levesque has a co-starring role.
I don't know who that is, so good for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with JD on this one.
It's probably wrong, but I got John Watts.
That is incorrect. We're going to go to Jen.
Said Joss Whedon.
That is also incorrect.
The answer was David S. Goyer, and for the record, Kaleb Koho, Paul Levesque is married to Stephanie McMahon Levesque, so that should give away who Paul Levesque is.
I think I understand now. Your final question of round 1 comes from the MCU.
Oh.
How many years have passed since the events of the Avengers in Captain America: The Winter Soldier? Captain America: The Winter Soldier, many still regard as the best MCU film. I tend to disagree, as it is my number 10.
I just tend to absolutely love Infinity War just because when you see Steve Rogers, you see the silhouette. You know that you saw it in the trailer 1,800 times, but it still just gets you down in your soul.
We get it, Jim. You fantasized about Steve Rogers tonight, and that's perfectly fine. It's 2018. 5. 4,
have you seen his ads?
3, 2. I have, and they're great. 1. Hands down. We're going to start with Jen.
Said 3.
Close.
That's incorrect. And JD.
4.
Ooh,
No, we were looking for 2.
damn it.
2 years. 3 years of Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Dos años.
All right, so at the end of round number 1, Jen is up with 7. JD right behind her with 5. But
Indeed.
anything can happen in round number 2, which works like this. This is our wheel round. You're each going to get a chance to spin the wheel and land on a category. If you like the category you can keep it and get 5 questions from it worth 2 points apiece, or you can go to multiple choice if need be, but the point value is down to 1. If you don't like what you spin, you can't spin again, but you're stuck with it. The only category you can't spin off of is opponent's choice. Don't get smart with me. All right. Any questions going into round number 2?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. Jen, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or second?
I will go second.
Jennifer choosing the guy strategy of playing from behind.
All right, JD, so your wheel spin is about to begin, but first I'll give you a quick refresher of the categories. They are the MCU, Pixar, DC, scores and soundtracks, Spinner's Choice, Marvel, Disney, Wizarding World, Star Trek, and Opponent's Choice. And your spin is away, and it lands on Opponent's Choice.
Bad luck for Jonathan.
All right, Jen, what is JD?
That's horrible for a debut.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but it's going to be Star Trek because I don't want it.
Jennifer going with the strategy of giving Jonathan what she does not want to hit on that wheel. It's very smart, and that is why you go with our guys' strategy.
All right, JD, I'm going to give you your round 2 categories from Star Trek. Reminder, you have 2 repeats and multiple choice in this round. Your first question in the category Star Trek. What is the name of Kirk's son in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Michael, B, Charles, C, Abraham, or D, David.
Michael?
That is incorrect. Jen, a chance for a 1-point steal.
Gonna go David?
That is correct for a
Dave
1-point
Marcus
steal.
there. Dave Marcus. He's got 2 first names. But yes, David is correct.
All right, JD, your second question in round number 2, Star Trek is, what Star Trek film features a cameo from Kurtwood Smith, the dad in that 70s show?
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Question just reminds me of the times I was hanging out down the street. It was the same old thing that we did last week, but, not a thing.
That's good.
The Search for Spock.
That is incorrect, Jen. A chance for a 2-point steal.
First Contact?
That is also incorrect. We're looking for the undiscovered country. The undiscovered country.
Sure.
Your third question in Star Trek. What is the name of the Son'a officer who helps Picard escape in Star Trek Insurrection?
It's on tip my tongue, but multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Gallatin, B, Doherty, C, Ruafo, or D, Adar.
Rudolfo.
That is incorrect, Jen. A chance for a 1-point steal.
Can I hear those again?
Yep, your options are A, Gallatin, B, Doherty, C, Ruafo, or D, Adar.
Can I go D?
That is also incorrect. Looking for A, Gallatin.
I'll be honest, Koho. I thought that said gelatin. I thought it said gelatin.
I think JD made you hungry before the
If it
match.
was
with that Taco
gelatin, I
Bell
would have
talk.
voted for it.
Your penultimate question in Star Trek. How does Kirk die in Star Trek Generations?
Spoiler alert.
For a movie that's over 20 years old.
He falls off a scaffolding.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. That's 2 points. It falls in, that's 2 points. All right. And your final question in Star Trek. What school is Spock accepted to before he joined Starfleet in 2009 Star Trek?
I like this scene because of Spock's
Multiple
level of
choice.
sass.
I agree with you, Jim. Your multiple choice options are A, the Vulcan Science Academy, B, the Starfleet School of Science, C, Romulus University, or D, the Vulcan Military Academy.
Romulus.
That is incorrect. Jen, a chance for a 1-point steal.
The Vulcan Science Academy?
That is another big
That is
point
correct
for
that
Jen.
the Vulcan would be going to the Vulcan Science Academy and not to a university on Romulus.
At the end of JD's spin, Jen is up 9-7. And now, Jen, your turn at the wheel is coming up as soon as I can get it up onto
Quick
wheel
as a
side.
whistle.
Quick as a whistle, as Frank Underwood would pronounce it. Except he's dead. Your spin is in, and it is
As a whistle.
scores and soundtracks. Would you like to keep it or spin again, Jen?
Spin again.
All right, your second spin is in, and it is Disney. You are going with Disney.
Jennifer getting her big strength of Disney, and this could spell disaster for Jonathan West. I will proctor your questions from the famed strength of Disney, Jennifer. Are you ready for your questions?
Super ready.
Your first question: what Disney film features the songs "Oodalali" and "The Phony King of England"?
Robin Hood.
Of course, that is the
Oodalali.
correct answer.
Yeah, it's Oodalali.
Nobody asked you to show off. Second question: what is the name of the hyena voiced by Cheech Marin in The Lion King?
I think he's the one called Bonsai.
That is correct for a Another 2 points.
Whoopi Goldberg is Shenzi. It's important.
Indeed she is. And Ed does not do anything.
Not.
What is the name of the island where the cursed gold is in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl?
That's the one. I think I need multiple choice for this one.
Okay. Is it A, Port Royal, B, Isla Cruces? That's a weird one. C, Pelagosto, or D, Isla de las Muertas?
I think it's B.
What was that?
B.
B is in boy?
B is in boy. Isla
B,
or whatever it is.
B is in boy is incorrect. Jonathan for the steal.
Can I hear the choices again?
Indeed. Is it A, Port Royal, B, Isla Quersas, C, Pelagosto, or D, Isla de la Muerta?
That tongue twirl is very nice.
It's the rolling of the R's. It's the only Latin I got from my mother.
Is it D?
D, the Island of the Dead, is correct.
1 point steal.
I thought that was too on the nose.
It's
your fourth question. The Russian is cut in the her ultimate strength of, and I don't know why you did those colors differently there, but whatever.
It's for me for later.
Who plays Ben Gates's grandfather John in National Treasure?
Ben Gates's grandfather is Christopher Plummer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
And his father is John Voight.
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Christopher Plummer appears just in that beginning scene.
For like 2 minutes.
And this song, this one is surely to get me to sing. What is the name of the island where Moana and her tribe live in Moana?
Moana. Make way.
Make way.
Living when we're under the genius.
I think I need multiple choice for this one.
Okay, give me a second. I need to compose myself so I don't sing the answer. No soul, no soul. Is it A? Is it A, Montanui, B, Tuvalu, C, Samoa, or D, Tokelau? My bad. Tokelau.
I think it's Montanui.
That is correct. The island of Montanui is all you need. Okay, that was 1 point. And after round 2, I have the score as Jennifer with 16 and Jonathan West with 8.
Which means we still have a game going to round number 3, and round number 3 is going to work like this. You are going to need to bring back your whiteboards because round 3 is our betting round. We're going to give you the category, and you're going to tell us how many points you want to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get it right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, you lose the points. And we go until we get to the final question, or someone is mathematically eliminated or reaches 0. All right, your first category in which Jen will bet 0 on is scores and soundtracks. How many points would you like to bet on scores and soundtracks?
1.
Write it on your whiteboard, sir.
All right, JD.
It's fine. We know you're betting one this time. Just on the next question, please write it down on your whiteboard.
Right, and Jen.
I also said 1. Make it interesting.
All right, your question here from scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Lion King? Lion King got a really solid score. I believe it won an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken.
I like this movie.
You know,
the dad died.
There.
I do too.
I'm gonna pound the table for The Lion King. Hot take.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with Jen.
I said Elton John.
That is a loss of 1 point for Jen. And JD.
his last name is probably spelled wrong, but I put Michael Giacchino.
That is also a loss of 1 for JD. We were looking for Hans Zimmer.
Hans
Yeah,
Zimmer.
that's-
Hans, of course,
his
being
first
short
film.
for Hans. Your next category that you will receive that Jen probably will actually bet points on is in Pixar. Please
Don't
write down
tempt me.
how many you would like to bet.
Reminder: the score is 15-7, just to keep it up.
Indeed, it is.
Bonus,
Both
no.
competitors losing a point on that one. Let's start with Miss Jennifer. How many points did you wager on Pixar?
2.
Dose
2 for Jen. Let them make up ground. And JD.
Jonathan.
Also betted 2.
Okay, 2 for both.
This is some
JD
big
is taking a stand here. Your question is thus: what was the first Pixar film released in the 21st century? So we were in the 20th century, and we had all those old-ass Pixar movies. And then it was like 21st century, and boom, we got this movie. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You know, that's not really a spoiler, because all of them are pretty good until you get to about 2011.
Yeah, until you get to Cars. Cars is the,
Cars
the rough
2.
work.
Cars 2 is the first bad Pixar movie they made. Just saying.
All the Cars movies are pretty bad.
Cars 1 is
especially when
actually
you pull
very
questions from them every time you read a question.
Cars is criminally underrated, and I will fire you from this desk. 5, 4,
Guys, the answer is not Cars. Please don't write
2,
Cars.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with JD on this one.
I said Toy Story 1.
1995 is incorrect.
And we're going to go to Jen.
I said Monsters, Inc.
That is a big 2
That's a
points.
big scare there.
It is now 17-5 as we get into the next question. Your third category is DC. How many points would you like to bet on DC? Don't want to pull a Tim Smith there. DC. How many points would you like to bet on DC?
How many questions are there on
3. There's 3 left. There's an opportunity.
Stop it, Jennifer. Stop it.
There is a, what is it?
There's a 12-point swing
12-point swing.
possible.
12-point swing. 12-point swing. Just stop ruining the game, Jen. Gosh.
Stop it with your mouth.
Look, I've been screwed over by math in so many matches. I'd like to use it to my benefit at one point.
All right, Jen, how many points are you betting on DC?
0.
All right, and JD?
1.
All right. JD, your question in DC. Who plays Dr. Chase Meridian, the psychologist in Batman Forever?
I actually knew that one.
Batman Forever or better than Batman and Robin?
This was this beautiful actress I saw. I was way too young to see this beautiful actress being as beautiful as she is in this film. JD, what did you get?
Nicole Kidman.
That is
That's a
correct.
1 point.
For the
And
record,
Jen-
we also had a Nicole Kidman.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, the Math Queen, Jen Kemp. That is 2 matches in a row where Jen has won based on her
Via
impeccable
math
mathematical
KO.
skill. Another
In the-
math KO.
In the standings, Koho, I vote to amend the standings specifically for Jen to include MKOs, which is math knockouts.
That is something we'll definitely have to look at. This was a good solid matchup. JD definitely showing what he knew, getting unlucky in round 2, still trying to pull a game here in round 3. Jen just had a really successful round 2 and proved that she knew a lot coming out the gate. So she definitely proved herself here, and both of them why they deserve to be in this division. Any thoughts, Jim?
A very impressive performance from both competitors. An excellent display of math skills yet again by Jen Kemp, and I'm just floored away by that excellent math arithmetic. And JD, possibly could have been the underdog coming into this, and he made it for pretty far in this match against a strong competitor such as Jen.
Absolutely. Jim, you want to take us into some post-match interviews?
I certainly would. Let's start with the winner, Jennifer, the Math Queen Kemp. Jen, how are you feeling on with this math knockout yet again?
I don't know, man. Look, I need a calculator just to like add up tips. So being the math queen, I don't think that's exactly a title
Count
that
on fingers and
think.
toes.
Yes. I have no shoes on right now. That's what's helping.
No wonder.
Yeah. So not sure if that nickname is applicable, but I guess in Fandom Fights it is. But yeah, this match, I felt like I did okay, but yeah, JD just kind of got screwed by the wheel, and that's partly my fault because I had him roll an opponent's choice, and had it would have gone completely different way if I got that Star Trek category, because I was just whiffing every single one of those myself. So like every time he went to multiple choice, what he said is what I was thinking. So yeah, it was just luck. JD did a great job. I just happened to hit a weakness and a strength, so yeah, no shame there. And yeah, I just got lucky again. As long as the wheel keeps liking me and giving me Disney, I think I'm putting a little Disney magic on that wheel. I think that's what's happening, basically.
Indeed, Jessica. And where do you have any idea of who you would like to face next?
Oh man, I have no idea. You know, I don't really care.
I'll interject here and tell you it doesn't matter who you want to face because you're facing RJ next.
Yay! There you go.
RJ, short for Rene Villarreal Jr. He is a very, I think that could be a great match. Lots of math, great back and forth on the math there. Jen, how do you feel about that matchup?
Sure, that sounds like a good match. I think it's going to be fun. And yeah, like I always say, I always play against myself, I feel. I always am just trying to perform as best as I can. Doesn't really matter who's the one I'm going up against. But yeah, so I'm excited. Coming for you, RJ.
And it can only help you that Power Rangers is not eligible to be on the wheel, so.
Thank God.
Let's jump over to our unfortunate loser, Jonathan. Jonathan West, strong showing from you. Being kind of an underdog to Jen, who is she's great in all the leagues that she plays in. So how are you feeling after this pretty close loss in hindsight?
It's actually nice to know that it wasn't a big whooping. So, yeah, I don't know who I'm going to face, but I'm kind of like Emma Fife right now. Whoever wants to challenge me, I'll play him.
Indeed. Do you have any other feelings on this match?
Yeah, I foolishly missed the Vulcan School for Science question, and
indeed. Little brain fart for me.
And I knew the skeleton question. I don't know why it didn't come to me when the time needed it to.
Right. Okay, well, that was a good performance, JD, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Let's toss it back over to Mr. Kaleb I Only Draft Vikings Players Koho.
All right, well, that comment will not stand. This aggression will not stand, man. But this was a really good match. We are now going to see Jen playing RJ, which creates an interesting dynamic because he just played Zadius, and now he's playing Jen. So maybe it's RJ versus House Nightfury at this point, but it's going to be an interesting dynamic. JD, we will definitely see come back next season when we get some of our debuting 0-1s back in, maybe against Richard Schwartz. That's a potential match idea. But it's going to be a good match between Jen and RJ. And Jen right now is the number 7 ranked contender, only jumping ahead of the likes of Paulo Yama, Case Cornelese, and Sandy Robinson. The only 1-0 person she is behind is Dominic Rizzi. So she pitched a really strong game, and it's gonna be fun to see what both these competitors do in the future. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah. Definitely want to see where they go from here. Both of them impressive, scoring more than 0 points. So, I can't say much. I gotta learn them pictures on tables, but maybe I can find myself matched up against JD. Who knows? But with Jessica over there, it will be. I want to keep my eye on her going forward because maybe she could work her way up to facing Bob Parker.
Bob Parker versus
not Jessica, Jim.
Right.
Thank you,
sure.
JD.
Yeah.
The battle of.
I was thinking he was going Jen Sturger on you. I was like, oh shit.
Do you mean Jessica Sturger?
Yeah, you mean Jess Sturger? I don't know what you're talking about.
Jessica Sturger. I know it's very curious as to where the belt is, but that's a different time. That's a different story for a different time.
The belt's on our shoulders right now, Jim. It's ours. All we gotta do is beat no championship for old men over there, and then we're fine.
Indeed.
But it's been a fun debuting match. So we'll get into our plugs and blow this stand and get this thing home. So I think that was the quote. I run fandom, and I think I butchered it. We're going to start with Jen. Where can they find you?
You can find me, Jen Kemp, on Twitter at JK Meme Queen, not the Math Queen. And you can find me pretty much any Facebook page that has any kind of thing to do with movies or trivia. I'm probably there.
All right. And JD, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter at JD West. JDW is capitalized, everything else is lowercase. And then on Facebook, I'm just going around the movie trivia fan sphere. I'm doing this where I don't have to study for college.
All right, and my co-host Jim hates plugs, so I'm going to give him 2 seconds to tell me how he hates plugs.
Plugs, hate them. Hair, don't need them. Electrical, do need them. That's all.
All right,
And
you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kaleb Koho. That is Kaleb Koho. You can find me on YouTube, Kaleb Koho, where I do music, Koho Productions, where I do film-related content. And on both channels, you can find my movie Chick Part 2 out now to watch for your own free leisure and enjoyment. And you can find my album Shoot for Teams with my group The Forks on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you consume your digital music. And you can find me right here on Multiplex Entertainment hosting Fandom Fights every Friday, Nerdgasm every Saturday, Multiplex Fantasy Football with Tim Smith every Wednesday. And you can find me hosting Let's Make a Movie every month. We're debuting our short films at the end of September, and it's going to be awesome. So check out the rest of Multiplex Entertainment. Stay tuned for more awesome content. And as always, guys, that has been JD, that has been Jen, that has been Jim, I have been Kaleb. This has been Multiplex Fandom Fight, and we will see you all next week.
Hey guys, what's up? It's the Kid here. Welcome back to another round of stats for this week. Again, I'm filling in for stock footage, who is once again unavailable to edit, so there's no graphics or anything this week. So I, the intern, has stepped in once again for another week of editing and stats work. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump in and talk about how Jen beat JD via TKO. And Jen played a very impressive game, getting a total of 17 points and a total accuracy of 72% and a steal rate of 50%, whereas JD would only put up 6 points with a 33% accuracy, but a 100% steal rate, going 1-for-1 in steals. Jen is now the number 7 ranked contender and the second highest ranked 1-0 contender. The only 1-0 contender she's behind is Dominic Rizzi. Now puts her ahead of Polyama, Case Cornelese, and Sandy Robinson, our other 1-0 competitors. So no slouch. Jen's performance was very strong. I don't have a ton of stats to give, a little overworked this week, but I am here to present the stats for you And those have been your stats this week. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great week, and watch our next video coming up right now.